Good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this is for the evening of Monday, the 19th of September, 2022, about 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Beautiful services today for the Queen in England. I know I watched it hours upon hours. I got up early and happened to catch a good part of it, recorded it, caught up during the day with it in the background, listening and watching. The sights were unbelievable. Haven't seen a head of state buried there since Winston Churchill. So if you thought this was typical, like my wife thought Princess Diana's was great, yeah, but this states have had a little bit different. In any case, we are now in the phase where we're waiting on the FOMC announcement on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Evening up is going to be the theme right now. You don't want to take big positions in front of this because you don't know what the Fed is going to say, nor do you know how the market will react. I think most of us expect a 75 basis point hike. I think most expect a hawkish Fed in the press conference afterwards. But what does it all mean? Where are they going? For us, the good news is we get the dot plot on this go around. We also get all the 12, numerous districts reporting to us, and we get to see what each person's going to say about them as we start reading what's coming out of the notes, the minutes, and so on. It gets interesting from this point. Do we see the market going to 2023 with most people still thinking higher interest rates? At what point do people think it'll stop? When will inflation cut back? We're going to get ideas. That's all that you can say, ideas. It plays out over time, and don't forget that. When we look at the gold market, I did a piece today for the CME group on the TikTok, as we call it, a part of it, and I was explaining my very best to tell people gold loses in this environment because you've got, yes, rising inflation, which is traditionally favorable gold, but the big headwind of interest rates surging ahead, making the dollar super strong, making it difficult for people who want to buy gold to buy it. Gold is priced in dollars all over the world. Go to an emerging market, go to India. They have a problem with it right now because in their currency it's quite high. In dollars, it's been coming down because of our currency. It's an interesting play. But as you can see, the price right now up 0.4. In other words, about neutral from where it finished off. But, you got down to the lower band. The importance of Bollinger Bands, and I talk about them at the end of this, is that they give you an idea where the market runs out of its momentum. When you're not embedded, you hit the Bollinger Bands. I like to tell traders you should be coming out of the market. Worked here. You were embedded here, so you're not looking to take necessarily all of it off until you get and you lose the embedded reading. But we cover that in the course. Coming out against them does not mean you're bullish. It means the momentum to the downside has waned. It has used itself up for the moment. We'll see if it comes back. When you take a look, you can still see, as you look at the gold market, how you're just drifting here in the slow stochastics, not doing an awful lot one way or the other. That's your moving averages, your Bollinger Bands with it. I don't see a big play that you can do out of this market right here. I think the sidelines are pretty much the place to be. When I look at the gold-silver ratio, continues to fall, which means silver is gaining on the gold market. And as we take a look in the silver, you can see it's overbought, in an uptrend, the flip-flop of gold. Should this market move up, I look for very stiff resistance to show up between the 2014 level, 2013.90, let's round it to 2014, and the 2015 level, the 100-day average. So between those two numbers, that's where I'm seeing the market having resistance. Because it's already overbought, it need not reach up there. When you look at the copper market, it is stuck. It's caught at the 18-day average of closes. Now, long term, I can see plenty of reason to be friendly to copper. I don't see it in the short term as the central banks keep raising rates, hurting business retrenches. That's been the big problem the market is having. When we look at the platinum market, are you going to embed bullish? Because you're getting the slow stochastic reading, trying to get together more than 3 days. It's working on it, over 80 level. If so, even higher prices. The trend has been up. It began back here with higher lows with the combination of that and this one. Now you've got a multiple of it. You're fighting a battle between, and I think you can see it, the green line, the 100-day average in the upper Bollinger Band. As you hit the band, you back off, you're finding support at the 100-day. In the palladium market, the whole break only carried back to what? The line in the sand. What do I call the line in the sand? Markets like to have neutral points. I believe the neutral point in the futures markets is the 18-day average of closes. When the market is up at a band, it's not uncommon to fall back to it to see what you're going to do next. If you're down, it's not uncommon to get back up to it to see what you're going to do next. Then you're looking at what the other averages are doing with it. Right now, platinum and palladium are bullish. They are both in overbought status, and I look for the resistance, the upper Bollinger Band. Last, the dollar index. The market has suddenly flip-flopped on you a bit. Now you've got lower highs, lower lows. You're caught in the narrowness of the Bollinger Bands, going sideways, and you've got to think of it this way. Think of this as a pipe. A spring's in a pipe, and it's winding itself up right now. And as it winds, it's going to get enough kinetic energy to go up or down. It's going to burst out of there one way or the other. The spring won't break. The pipe's going to give way. And therefore, which way is it going to break out is going to be the big question. Logic says, oh, it's probably going to go with the dollar to the upside as the Fed gets more aggressive. Well, maybe, maybe not. Maybe you just stay stuck in here for a little bit. There's a lot of ifs and whats. As I said, you've got to learn how to play with these Bollinger Bands, recognize them, recognize different patterns they'll give you. There's only a few of them, and that sideways action is one of them. How do you learn more? We'll take a look at this and educate yourself. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time. And on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, if you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein on the road to your education.